Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you today of a powerful truth: you are stronger than you think. You see, life has a way of testing us, pushing us to the edge, making us question if we have what it takes. And in those moments, it's easy to forget just how resilient, capable, and extraordinary you are. But let me tell you something: your strength is not defined by the absence of struggle. It's revealed in how you rise after every fall. Life is a series of tests, and every test you face is designed to show you what you're truly made of. When you feel like giving up, that's when you've got to dig deep. That's when you've got to remind yourself, this too shall pass, and I'm coming out stronger. Think about it. How many times in your life have you faced situations that you thought would break you? Times when you thought, I can't handle this, but guess what? You did. You made it through. And if you can make it through that, you can make it through anything. You see, the real battle isn't out there, it's in here. It's the voice in your head that says, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not strong enough. But let me tell you something, those voices are lies. They don't define you. What defines you is the fire in your heart, the courage in your soul, and the will to keep going even when the odds are stacked against you. You've got to stop underestimating yourself. Stop playing small because of fear or doubt. You were not created to live in mediocrity. You were created to soar, to shine, to inspire. Don't let fear hold you hostage. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Face it, and you'll realize it's not as powerful as you thought. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you grow. Every time you take one more step when you feel like stopping, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more. Every time you refuse to quit, you tell the world, I'm still standing. So whatever you're going through, whatever mountain you're facing, don't you dare give up. Remember, diamonds are made under pressure, and so are you. The challenges you face today are shaping you for the greatness that's coming tomorrow. You've got a purpose, and you've got the power to fulfill it. The world needs your strength, your voice, your unique contribution. You are stronger than you think, and you're capable of more than you've ever imagined. So stand tall, speak boldly, and live fiercely. Your best is yet to come. The greatest power you possess is the ability to believe in yourself. It's a power that can move mountains, transform your reality, and unlock a life filled with possibilities. Yet, it's also the one thing so many people struggle to harness. Why? Because self-belief requires us to see beyond our doubts, our fears, and the limitations that others have placed upon us. It demands that we look within and recognize the incredible potential that resides inside us, even when the world tries to convince us otherwise. Believing in yourself isn't about arrogance or thinking you're better than others. It's about acknowledging that you have value, that you are capable, and that you can achieve great things if you're willing to put in the work. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, I am enough. When you believe in yourself, you give yourself permission to dream bigger, to take risks, and to pursue what sets your soul on fire. Without that belief, those dreams remain just that, dreams, untouched and unfulfilled. Think about it. Everything great that's ever been accomplished in this world started with someone who believed it was possible. The Wright brothers believed humans could fly when others laughed at the idea. Thomas Edison believed he could bring light to the world when he failed hundreds of times. Oprah Winfrey believed she could rise above poverty, abuse, and rejection to become one of the most influential voices of our time. What do all these people have in common? They dared to believe in themselves, even when no one else did. But let's be honest, believing in yourself isn't always easy. Life has a way of throwing challenges in your path, making you question your worth and your abilities. Maybe you face failure, rejection, or heartbreak. Maybe someone told you that you weren't good enough, smart enough, or strong enough. Those words and experiences can leave scars, but they don't have to define you. In fact, the belief you build in yourself is often forged in the fire of adversity. Every time you rise after a fall, Every time you choose to keep going despite the odds, you strengthen that belief. It's a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows with consistent effort. You have to be your own biggest supporter. The world won't always cheer you on. There will be times when people doubt you, criticize you, or tell you that your dreams are unrealistic. That's when your self-belief becomes your armor. It shields you from negativity and allows you to stay focused on your goals. It says, I don't care what they think, I know who I am and what I'm capable of. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you won't have moments of doubt or fear. Those feelings are part of being human. The key is not to let them stop you. Self-belief isn't about having all the answers, it's about trusting that you'll figure things out as you go. It's about taking the first step even when the entire path isn't clear. It's about betting on yourself and being willing to fail, learn, and try again. When you believe in yourself, you inspire others to do the same. Your confidence becomes contagious. People see your courage and think, if they can do it, maybe I can too. You become a light in a world that desperately needs hope and possibility. But it all starts with you. No one can give you self-belief. It's something you have to cultivate within. So I ask you, what's holding you back from believing in yourself? Is it fear, doubt, the opinions of others? Whatever it is, let it go. You have everything you need within you to create a life that excites and fulfills you. Trust yourself. Take that leap of faith. Because the greatest power you possess is the ability to believe in yourself, and once you do, there's nothing you can't achieve. Challenges are opportunities in disguise designed to reveal your inner strength. It may not feel like it when you're in the middle of a storm, but every obstacle you face carries within it the potential to transform you. Life has a way of testing us, of placing hurdles in our path that seem insurmountable. Yet those very hurdles are the tools life uses to shape us into the best versions of ourselves. They are not meant to defeat us, but to develop us. The strength, resilience, and courage that you don't even realize you possess come to light when you face adversity head on. When you encounter challenges, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, to focus on the difficulty, and to question why it's happening to you. You might even feel tempted to give up. But think about this: every great achievement, every story of triumph, and every example of human perseverance has a challenge at its core. Challenges are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. They force you to dig deeper, to go beyond what you thought you were capable of, and to discover the incredible reserves of strength and creativity that lie dormant within you. Consider this: diamonds are formed under immense pressure. Without that pressure, they would remain nothing more than carbon. The same principle applies to you. It's in the moments when life feels the hardest, when the weight of the world is pressing down on you, that you're being shaped into something extraordinary. Challenges reveal your character, your determination, and your ability to rise above circumstances that seem impossible. They remind you that you are stronger, braver, and more resourceful than you give yourself credit for. You see, challenges are not just external, they are internal as well. They test your mindset, your perspective, and your willingness to keep going when everything inside you is screaming to stop. But the beauty of challenges is that they offer you a choice. You can either let them define you or refine you. You can let them break you, or you can let them build you. The choice is always yours. It is in making the choice to persevere that your inner strength begins to emerge. Think back to a time in your life when you faced a significant challenge. Maybe it was a loss, a failure, or a moment of profound uncertainty. At the time, it probably felt like the end of the world. But now looking back, you can see how that experience shaped you. It taught you lessons you wouldn't have learned otherwise. It made you stronger, more resilient, and better equipped to handle future difficulties. Challenges, in hindsight, are often blessings in disguise. They prepare you for the next level of your journey. It's important to remember that growth doesn't happen in comfort. Growth happens when you're pushed out of your comfort zone, when you're forced to confront your fears, and when you're compelled to find solutions to problems that seem unsolvable. Every challenge you face is an invitation to grow, to stretch, and to become more than you were before. It's life's way of saying you are ready for more. When challenges arise, it's natural to feel fear, but fear is not your enemy. It's a signal that you're stepping into new territory, that you're about to discover something new about yourself. Embrace that fear and let it propel you forward. Challenges are opportunities in disguise because they open doors you didn't even know existed. They teach you to adapt, to innovate, and to overcome. They show you that you are not defined by your circumstances, but by how you respond to them. So the next time you face a challenge, don't see it as a problem to avoid or a punishment to endure. See it as a gift. See it as a gift. See it as a chance to prove to yourself just how strong you really are. Life doesn't hand you challenges to destroy you. It hands them to you to prepare you, to strengthen you, and to help you grow. Trust in that process. Trust in yourself. Because within every challenge lies the opportunity to become the person you were always meant to be. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone to greatness. This is one of the most liberating truths you can embrace. Society often conditions us to fear failure, to see it as a sign of weakness or inadequacy. But in reality, failure is one of life's greatest teachers. It is not an endpoint, but a critical part of the journey toward achieving your goals and realizing your potential. Every successful person you admire has failed, and not just once, but many times. The difference is they didn't allow failure to stop them. They used it to propel themselves forward. When you fail, it's not a reflection of your worth or your potential. It's simply feedback. Failure is a way of life showing you what doesn't work so you can get closer to what does. It's a redirection, not a rejection. The only true failure is in giving up, in refusing to try again, or in failing to learn from the experience. Each stumble, each misstep is an opportunity to grow, to refine your approach, and to come back stronger. Failure is not your enemy, it's your ally in the pursuit of greatness. Think about a toddler learning to walk. They don't get it right on the first try. They fall again and again, yet they don't stop trying. They don't sit down and say, walking isn't for me. Instead, they learn from every fall how to balance, how to place their feet, how to stand up again. And eventually they walk. That persistence, that refusal to let failure define them is something we are all born with. Somewhere along the way, though, many of us start to fear failure, forgetting that it is a natural and necessary part of growth. Some of the greatest innovations and achievements in history were born out of failure. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work," when reflecting on his efforts to create the light bulb. Imagine if he had stopped at the first failed attempt. The same can be said of countless other visionaries, inventors, and leaders. Their stories remind us that failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the process. It's the bridge you must cross to get to where you want to go. Failure builds resilience. It teaches you to adapt, to persevere, and to keep moving forward even when the road gets tough. When you fail and rise again, you develop a strength that cannot be learned in success alone. Success may feel good, but failure teaches you what you're truly capable of. It pushes you to dig deeper, to find solutions, and to tap into resources you didn't even know you had. It's through failure that you discover your grit, your determination, and your ability to overcome. Failure also humbles you. It reminds you that you don't have all the answers, that there's always more to learn. It opens your mind to new perspectives and forces you to look at problems in different ways. Often failure is the very thing that sparks creativity and innovation. When the usual path doesn't work, you're forced to find a new one. And in doing so, you often uncover something far better than what you originally envisioned. The fear of failure can be paralyzing. It can keep you from taking risks, pursuing your dreams, or stepping outside your comfort zone. But here's the thing, the people who achieve greatness are not those who avoid failure, but those who embrace it. They understand that failure is a natural part of the journey, and they don't let it stop them. They keep going, knowing that every failure brings them one step closer to success. The next time you fail, don't see it as a defeat. See it as a lesson, a stepping stone, a necessary part of your growth. Take the time to reflect on what went wrong, what you can do differently, and how you can move forward. Remember, failure is not permanent unless you allow it to be. It's not the end of the road, it's a curve in the path. Greatness is not achieved by avoiding failure, but by embracing it, learning from it, and using it to fuel your progress. So don't fear failure, welcome it. Let it shape you, teach you, and prepare you for the success that lies ahead. Because failure is not the opposite of success, it's the very foundation upon which success is built. You don't have to be perfect to make progress, just keep moving forward. This simple truth can be life-changing if you allow it to sink in. Too often we hold ourselves back because we believe we need to have everything figured out before we begin. We wait for the perfect moment, the perfect skill set, or the perfect circumstances, but perfection is a myth. It's an illusion that keeps you stuck in place, paralyzed by the fear of making mistakes. The reality is that progress, not perfection, is what creates success. It's not about getting it right the first time, it's about taking the first step, no matter how small or uncertain it might feel. Perfectionism can be one of the biggest roadblocks to progress. It convinces you that if you can't do something flawlessly, you shouldn't do it at all. But progress doesn't come from waiting for everything to align perfectly, it comes from action. It comes from showing up, trying, learning, and improving bit by bit. Each step you take, no matter how imperfect, moves you closer to your goals. Progress is messy, and that's okay. The important thing is that you're moving forward. Think of a sculptor working on a block of marble. The first few strikes of the chisel might seem clumsy and unrefined, but each one shapes the stone a little more. Over time, those rough beginnings turn into something beautiful. The same is true for your journey. The early stages might not look impressive, and that's perfectly fine. What matters is that you're shaping your future one action at a time. Every mistake, every setback, every moment of doubt is part of the process. They're not signs that you're failing, they're proof that you're trying, learning, and growing. Progress doesn't require perfection, it requires persistence. It's about showing up even when you don't feel ready, even when you're unsure if you're doing it right. The truth is, no one starts out as an expert. Every master was once a beginner. Every success story started with someone who decided to take action despite their fears and imperfections. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is the willingness to keep going, to push through the discomfort, and to embrace the learning curve. Life is not a straight path, it's full of twists, turns, and detours. Along the way, you'll stumble, you'll fall, and you'll make mistakes. But those moments are not failures, they're opportunities to learn and adapt. Each time you get back up and keep moving, you're building resilience and strength. Progress is not about avoiding mistakes, it's about learning from them and using them to propel yourself forward. It's about understanding that every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to where you want to be. One of the most liberating realizations is that you don't have to have all the answers to begin. You don't need to be perfect to make an impact. You don't need to know exactly how everything will turn out. What you do need is the courage to start and the determination to keep going. Progress is a journey, not a destination. It's about consistent effort, not flawless execution. Perfection is often rooted in fear, the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, the fear of not being good enough. But the truth is, no one is perfect and no one expects you to be. What people admire and respect is effort, authenticity, and growth. They're inspired by your willingness to take risks, to try, and to improve. You don't have to be perfect to make a difference, you just have to show up and do your best. So give yourself permission to be imperfect. Embrace the messiness of progress. Celebrate the small wins, the incremental improvements, and the lessons learned along the way. Remember that every step, no matter how imperfect, is a step in the right direction. What matters is that you're moving forward, that you're not letting the fear of imperfection hold you back. Keep going, keep trying, and keep believing in your ability to grow. Progress is not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. It's about taking one step at a time, even when the path ahead isn't clear. You're not competing with anyone else, you're simply striving to be better than you were yesterday. And with every step you take, you're proving to yourself that perfection isn't necessary to achieve greatness. Progress is enough. Just keep moving forward. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher and remind you of your potential. This simple yet profound truth has the power to transform your life. The people you spend the most time with influence your thoughts, your decisions, and ultimately your destiny. They can either fuel your growth or hold you back, and it's up to you to choose your circle wisely. When you surround yourself with people who believe in you, who see your greatness even when you can't, and who push you to be the best version of yourself, you set the stage for extraordinary growth and achievement. The energy of those around you is contagious. If you're surrounded by negativity, doubt, and cynicism, it's easy to adopt that mindset without even realizing it. Conversely, when you're in the company of people who are positive, ambitious, and encouraging, their energy rubs off on you. They inspire you to aim higher, to believe in your dreams, and to keep going even when the road gets tough. They remind you that you are capable of more than you think and help you see possibilities where others see limitations. Life is full of challenges, and there will be times when you doubt yourself, when fear or failure shakes your confidence. In those moments, the right people in your life can make all the difference. They are the ones who will pick you up when you fall, who will remind you of your strength, and who will refuse to let you settle for less than you're capable of achieving. They will challenge you, not out of criticism, but out of love and belief in your potential. They see what you sometimes forget, that you are destined for greatness. The people who lift you higher are not always the ones who agree with everything you say or do. Sometimes they are the ones who hold you accountable, who push you out of your comfort zone, and who encourage you to take risks. They understand that growth requires discomfort and that true friends don't let you stay stagnant. They'll tell you the truth, even when it's hard to hear, because they want to see you succeed. These are the people who celebrate your victories as if they were their own and who stand by you in your struggles, offering unwavering support and encouragement. It's important to recognize that not everyone in your life will play this role. And that's okay. Some people may bring negativity, drama, or doubt into your space. While it can be difficult, it's essential to create boundaries and limit the influence of those who drain your energy or make you question your worth. Letting go of relationships that no longer serve your growth doesn't mean you don't care about those people. It means you care about yourself enough to prioritize your well-being and your future. The process of surrounding yourself with uplifting people often starts with becoming that kind of person yourself. When you radiate positivity, encouragement, and belief in others, you naturally attract like-minded individuals. Be the friend who lifts others higher, who reminds them of their potential, and who celebrates their successes. When you become a source of inspiration and support for others, you create an environment where mutual growth and encouragement thrive. Take a moment to reflect on the people in your life. Are they helping you grow, or are they holding you back? Are they encouraging your dreams, or are they filling your mind with doubt? Surrounding yourself with the right people doesn't mean you only associate with those who think exactly like you. It means choosing to invest your energy in relationships that nurture your soul and challenge you to be better. The people you choose to keep close should inspire you to dream bigger, work harder, and believe in yourself, even when things get tough. They should remind you that your potential is limitless and that you have what it takes to achieve your goals. Life is too short to spend it surrounded by negativity or mediocrity. Choose your circle wisely, because the right people can elevate your life in ways you never imagined. When you surround yourself with those who lift you higher, you begin to see the world differently. You start to believe in your ability to overcome obstacles and achieve greatness. These people remind you of your worth, your power, and your purpose. They help you see that you are capable of more than you ever thought possible. And together you create a network of strength, support, and inspiration that propels you toward the life you were meant to live. The battles you face are not here to defeat you, but to prepare you for the next level. Life is a journey filled with challenges, struggles, and obstacles that often feel overwhelming. In those moments, it's easy to feel as though the weight of the world is pressing down on you, as if the universe is conspiring against you. But what if instead of seeing these battles as setbacks, you saw them as opportunities for growth? What if every difficulty you encountered was not meant to break you, but to build you, to prepare you for something greater than you can imagine? Each battle you face is a test, not of your weakness, but of your strength. It's a test of your resilience, your determination, and your ability to rise above adversity. These challenges are not here to define you by your struggles, but to shape you into someone who can handle the next level of life's journey. Every obstacle you overcome adds to your arsenal of skills, knowledge, and fortitude. You may not see it in the moment, but every time you fight through the pain, push past the fear, or stand tall in the face of uncertainty, you're growing stronger. The truth is, greatness is never achieved in comfort. Growth requires discomfort. It requires effort, persistence, and yes, pain. Think of a seed buried in the ground. For it to grow into a mighty tree, it must first break through the soil, stretch its roots deep into the earth, and weather the harsh elements. The process isn't easy, but it's necessary. Similarly, the battles you face are part of the process that helps you grow into the person you're meant to become. When you're in the middle of a battle, it's natural to feel as though the challenge is too much to bear. But consider this, life never gives you a test you're not capable of handling. The battles you're fighting today are preparing you for the opportunities and responsibilities that lie ahead. They are teaching you the lessons you'll need to navigate the next stage of your journey. Without these battles, you wouldn't develop the skills, wisdom, or character required to handle the blessings and challenges of the future. Think about a time in your past when you faced a significant struggle. At the time, it may have seemed impossible to overcome. You may have felt defeated, broken, or lost, but you made it through. And looking back now, you can probably see how that experience prepared you for something greater. It gave you the tools, the mindset, or the perspective that you needed to tackle the next challenge. Life's battles are like stepping stones, each one preparing you for the next level. It's important to remember that preparation isn't always easy or pleasant. And when a blacksmith forges a sword, the metal is subjected to intense heat and repeated hammering. But this process isn't meant to destroy the metal, it's meant to strengthen it, to shape it into something powerful and resilient. In the same way, the battles you face are forging you into a stronger, wiser, and more capable version of yourself. The heat and pressure are not your enemies, they are your allies in the journey of transformation. Your battles also have a purpose beyond your own growth. They equip you to help others who may face similar struggles. When you've walked through the fire and come out stronger, you become a source of inspiration and guidance for those who are still in the midst of rather. Your scars become a testament to your resilience, a reminder that challenges can be overcome and that growth is possible. In the midst of your struggles, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. But trust that every battle has a purpose. Trust that the difficulties you're facing are preparing you for something greater. Trust that life is not punishing you but strengthening you. The key is to keep going, to keep fighting, and to never lose faith in your ability to overcome. The battles you face are not the end of your story. They are the chapters that lead to your triumph. They are the foundation upon which your future success is built. Embrace them, learn from them, and let them shape you. Because when you rise from the ashes of your struggles, you'll find yourself standing stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the incredible journey The battles are not here to defeat you, they are here to prepare you for the next level. Your story is still being written, and every setback is setting you up for an incredible comeback. Life has a way of challenging us, throwing unexpected obstacles in our path that make us question ourselves and our journey. But it's important to remember that no matter how difficult things may seem right now, your story isn't over. The moments of struggle, pain, and even failure are not the final chapters of your life. They are the parts that build tension, create resilience, and lead to the most inspiring comebacks. Every great story has moments of conflict, times when the hero is knocked down, tested, and pushed to the brink. It's in these moments that the true essence of the hero is revealed, not in their perfection, but in their perseverance. The same is true for you. Your setbacks are not the end, they are the setup. They are the moments that prepare you for the next chapter, the part of your story where you rise above the odds, overcome adversity, and prove to yourself and the world just how strong and capable you are. When you face a setback, it's easy to feel like everything is falling apart, like the life you envisioned in Zen, slipping through your fingers. But what if you saw these moments differently? What if, instead of seeing them as defeats, you saw them as detours? Detours that may feel frustrating in the moment, but are guiding you to a destination far greater than the one you originally planned. Sometimes life has to take away what's comfortable or familiar to make room for something extraordinary. The setbacks you experience are not signs of failure, they are signs that growth is happening and that something better is on its way. Think of some of the most remarkable comebacks in history. People who faced insurmountable odds, devastating losses, or crushing failures only to rise again, stronger and more determined than ever. These stories inspire us because they remind us of the power of resilience, the ability to turn pain into purpose and defeat into triumph. But what we often forget is that every comeback story starts with a setback. Without the struggle, there would be no victory, no transformation, and no growth. Your setbacks are part of the process of becoming. They force you to pause, to reflect, and to reevaluate. They strip away what no longer serves you, making room for new opportunities, new perspectives, and new strength. They teach you lessons you wouldn't have learned otherwise, lessons about yourself and about what truly matters. In the moment, these lessons may be hard to see, but with time, you'll realize how much they've shaped you. It's important to remember that a setback is only permanent if you let it be. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by avoiding failure. They got there by refusing to let failure define them. They used every setback as fuel for their comeback, as motivation to try again, work harder, and push further. They understood that their story was still being written and that they had the power to determine how it to unfold. Your life is no different. No matter how many times you fall, you have the power to get back up. No matter how far off track you feel, you can always course correct. Your story is not limited by your past mistakes or failures. It's shaped by what you choose to do next. Every day is a new page, and every moment is an opportunity to rewrite the narrative. The beauty of a comeback is that it doesn't just restore you to where you were before, it takes you to a whole new level. It transforms you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable than you ever imagined. It shows you that you are not defined by your setbacks, but by your determination to rise again. It reminds you that your story is one of resilience, courage, and triumph. So if you're facing a setback right now, take heart. This is not the end of your story. This is the moment that will make your comeback even more incredible. This is the part of the journey where you discover your strength, your purpose, and your ability to overcome. Trust that every setback is setting you up for something greater, and keep moving forward. Your story is still being written, and the best chapters are yet to come.